Satu, dua, tiga, action. Yeah, what is up guys? Farhan here with Zah once again, and today we have Azizul. How are you, Azizul?
I'm doing good.
So you may remember Azizul from the Ducati Singapore video that we did, and basically I went to visit them, and then they were having their monthly meetup. So
Yeah.
I followed them lah basically. But Zah wasn't there lah. So yeah lah. And this is Azizul's bike the Ducati Multistrada 1260 Enduro. When I saw this bike at that time, oh my gosh, I was like,
oh, the biggest and baddest bikes you can, the biggest bikes you can get out there lah.
I mean,
equivalent to the GSA. The GSA of the Ducati, something.
Yeah, because when I mentioned that I like the Multistrada, I don't have this in mind. You know, I was imagining the slimmer profile, the 1200. I didn't know that that was an earlier model.
Yeah, there was a 2012 model.
Oh, 2012
so
model.
somewhere around 2015, Ducati actually had a revision of the models. So they actually made a facelift of their Multistrada lineup lah. So one of those models that actually came up during that time was the 1200 Enduro. So the 1260 Enduro was actually the second gen of the Enduro family.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
so the second gen is usually with each generation they increase the horsepower a bit.
For the 1200 and the 1260, there wasn't much change of the horsepower, just the CC lah. It was
CC,
still 160 horsepowers, and it's shown on it's 1260 or 1262 cc if I'm not mistaken.
So anyway, before Azizul actually tells us a story about his bike, we're going to give a bit of background about it.
The Ducati Multistrada 1260 Enduro is an everyday touring bike marketed for long-distance adventures, both on and off the road. Part of the Multistrada series of bikes, it replaced the 1200 Enduro in 2019. Engine is a 1262cc liquid-cooled 4-stroke Testa Strada DVT L-twin Desmodromic valve timing DOHC with fuel injection and a 6-speed manual with quick shifter. In Singapore, as with any Ducati, its exclusivity and premium price makes it a rare sight on the streets.
How much was this bike at the time you buy it, and how long did you own it for?
Okay, so I bought this bike when it was firstly launched in Singapore. I was one of the few owners of the 1260 Enduro. They were selling it at a price of 65, yeah, 65,000 at that time lah. Then eventually, but I got it at a good price lah. So I decided to grab it while it's still on good offer. I had it since July 2019. This is February, right? So maybe more or less 1.5 years of riding the bike. I've clocked 30,000 kilometers of mileage.
Wow.
It proves that you don't need a touring bike to just tour in Malaysia. You can clock 30k just in Singapore, and I bet you it's just in Singapore. 30k just in Singapore. So for those people out there who thinks that I'm just buying a touring bike just for show, no, it's actually for my daily commute. This is my daily commute bike. I'm loving it every second of it. It might be a little bit heavy.
Yes.
I agree it's heavy. It's a 30-liter tank. Because I'm used to the weight and all, I feel it's a very nimble bike, and it's a very good bike for day-to-day commute. That's my personal opinion.
So where do you work?
Okay, I'm only working nearby lah. I'm only working Sengkang Hospital lah. But then again, I do other part-time work, so I have to travel around Singapore.
Yes. I thought you stay Pasir Ris, you work in Tuas, that's why you buy a big bike, because I know some of them, those working in the western side.
They actually buy big bikes just for that.
Yeah, but why should bike capture is But okay lah, masing-masing lah.
You for the bike, just buy it lah. So anyway, Azizul is a big Ducati fan. I always see his Instagram posts a lot of Insta story and Instagram photos of Ducati bikes. He regularly goes to the dealership to try out bikes. But why you chose this bike as your...
Okay, because previously I was riding a Monster R. Actually, I've been living Ducati since I was a kid lah. My first encounter with Ducati was with the 848 Evo. In 2010, I remember my neighbour actually bought that bike brand new, and he came into my multi-story car park with a pair of Aero exhaust, non-legal. Then it was blaring out loud with the dry clutch. It was just lovely to the ears lah. So I was thinking, what bike was this? So when I actually went down to the car park and I saw the bike, I was like, wow, this must be the dream bike that I've ever wanted to own lah. So after the 848 Evo, right, then the dream to own one actually became it became more realistic lah. So it actually drove me to get my 2B, my 2A, and then immediately after I got my class 2, I got my class 2 on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday I came down to the dealership to deposit for the Monster R. And I got it within a week after I got my class 2.
Power.
Yeah.
That's how much Azizul
I love
Ducati.
I love Ducati. Well, I eat Ducati, I sleep Ducati, everything on Ducati lah.
How many katis of
Berkati-kati.
Mesti jom ni keluar punya.
Berkati-kati bro.
So back to the question. Just now we didn't answer the question.
Sorry.
Why the Multistrada
Okay,
Enduro 1260?
so after I rode the Monster for 4 years, then I was single lah. So I really love the naked bike and all. But eventually after I got married, I not say I didn't want to buy a car lah. I mean, I don't see. I just my passion for Ducati was burning, and still burning. So I decided to get a bike instead for my daily commute. But then, as much as I wanted Panigale or something else, right, I had to consider the fact that my wife is riding as a pillion with me lah. So I needed to get something which is comfortable for both the rider and the pillion, which brings me down to the Multistrada family. So the Multistrada family, they have the ranges of the S model, the base, the S, the Enduro, and also the Pikes Peak. But the Pikes Peak was out of my league lah. The Pikes Peak was so expensive. So the only other bike that I could afford was the Enduro model. Yeah, and furthermore, I love the 30 litre tank. It's 500 kilometers worth of petrol before I go into reserve.
500. Wow.
Yeah, 500 kilometers. So it's 500 kilometers. So I
30 liters mah.
here's the funny part again, because this we really have big bikes on the road, right? We really have GSAs and 30 liter Enduros on the road. So every time when I go pump at the Shell or Esso, right, the pump attendant or the cashier lady will be like, when I pass them the Shell riders card, then they'll be like, this is for bikes. Then I told them, no, I'm riding a bike. No, this card you cannot use for bike. You can use for a car. You use for bike. Then I just look at them. I just pointed at my bike. Then they are shocked, no. Then they look at because it's bloody hell. It's almost $80, $90 worth of petrol, no. As good as a small car. Then they look at the counter. They look at the bike. Then the counter, they say, what bike you bring? Why so big? Then I'm like, it's a big bike lah. So that's so with that Shell Riders discount, I think I benefited a lot. Just like, no sponsorship nah. So I benefited a lot from the 15%. Imagine $80 and 15%. I love it, man.
60 plus?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, JD still better lah.
Please open the borders lah.
Yeah lah, but for now we can suck it up and pump in Singapore lah.
I see. But in your opinion, is it a gas guzzler?
Wow. No, not really. People, youngsters actually are more, they are more towards the Panigale and also the street fighters lah. Those are more appealing to the youngsters lah. But for those who are actually passionate about the brand itself, right, they're actually more to just the Panigale and also the street fighters. So there are people who love the Diavel and also the Multistrada. But honestly, people don't buy it as much as people buy the Panigale or the street fighters lah, because it's more of like a motor bapak-bapak. Yeah, I'm only 27 this year and I'm bapak, so this is my bapak bike. So it's just the mentality lah. So but personally, because I love the brand and when I see this bike, I knew I had to get it. I love the design and all, and I love the grunts.
It's not because that you love touring,
no,
which is why you got the bike.
You ask me personally, you ask me go touring, I'd rather go take flight to go there. Touring is nice. Okay, this is just my personal opinion again. Touring is fun. It's fun. But when you hit speeds of like 160, 180 on this bike, the fun for me, it gets tiring because of the vibrations and all. And the weather you have to actually go through and all. I feel, on my personal point lah, I feel it's a bit uncomfortable lah. But I am planning to go for touring one day when the borders open with this bike. But we shall see how.
To each rider his own lah. But I'm shocked that to hear a rider actually buying a touring bike but don't really like touring. First time
No, because the vibration is very bad. The vibrations, but then the new Multistrada, if you guys haven't checked it out, check out the new Multistrada V4S and look at the specs. They've already reduced the vibrations by a lot, and that's something you can consider if you are wishing to get a Multistrada. The old models are the V2s, which is nice. They have a very nice Desmo sound. But the V4s is another level.
And for yourself, have you went touring with this bike?
Yeah, I went. The first time I brought out the bike, I actually went to Desaru with Ducati Cup Malaysia lah. So we had the bike. It was running in. It was a running in period.
You cannot go above 80,
No,
right?
I whack. Running in, I whack. Running in, I went 180 to 220 kilometers per hour lah. And the bike was flawless. Running in also, I would say it's nice. And then thankfully after I went for my first 1,000 mileage, they didn't report for any engine failures or anything lah. So the running in was actually a good thing to try the throttle lah. Personal opinion. But don't try for all bikes lah. If you got the balls, then you can do it lah.
Okay lah.
Yeah.
If you run in, then spoil, then not my problem.
yeah. But mine didn't spoil lah.
So being a Ducati, right, maintenance is it on the high side or not?
Okay. Wow, this one very debatable lah.
Because why? When I was sharing my I posted on Facebook. There was one day I posted on Facebook that I wanted to buy the Ducati Multistrada. Then one of my friend on Facebook, she was riding a GS. Then she said, don't buy the Ducati. Don't buy the Multistrada because dia kata motor sakit.
Oh, motor sakit. Okay.
Motor sakit, and then a lot of problem. Then maintenance on the high side. So that actually changed my perspective of getting the Multistrada, you know.
Okay, first thing first, right, this is again my personal opinion. If you don't ride the bike, if you never tried it out, you will never know how it feels like, how was the maintenance like, and you cannot get opinions from people who've never ridden a bike. Okay, so from my first hand experience from riding 2 Ducatis, so the first Monster, I had it for 4 years. I clocked a mileage of 50,000 kilometers on the Monster R. I had zero problems with that bike. Only minor problems with the aesthetics lah. So like I had problems with the that time the Monster R had the damper. The damper was leaking, so I got it changed. And then was the radiator actually broke because I hit onto a hard curb lah. But in terms of engine condition and all, it was perfect. Okay, so to actually clear the doubts of those who are intending to buy a Ducati, I would say I would strongly recommend for you to get a newer model. Do not go for models below 2014 and below lah, because the term Ducati motor sakit came from all those models. So all the older models actually did prove themselves unworthy of a Ducati lah. So I have to agree. Yes, people say Ducati motor sakit and all. It's because of these models. So eventually, and then it's not in Singapore. In the Europeans and all the other countries did report all of this lah. So eventually, from 2015 onwards, they did a revision. They did look into these problems, and they actually came out with a very reliable motorbike, which I can say it's true to their words lah. Yeah. So I didn't have any problems with this motorbike. Like I mentioned, I had it for 1.5 years. This is my daily commute bike. I ride it in the rain and hot, and there's no problems with the wiring and all. There's nothing. So far, yeah, it's just effortless. So to those who are actually complaining about Ducati motor sakit, maybe you've yet to try the new ones lah. You should try the newer models. They are amazing. And you were saying regarding maintenance, right?
Maintenance. Okay. It's on the high side.
Okay, maintenance. If you are buying a Ducati or a Continental, in general, you have to be prepared to spend a little bit of amount for their regular servicing. But there are also other workshops out there who are offering their customers servicing at a much lower rate lah.
We pause for a while.
Okay, paisi.
Back to the show,
Okay, so as I was saying regarding the maintenance, so every Conti bike has their own cost of maintenance, especially if you are sending it back to the dealership. So with that being said, if you are buying a brand new bike, a brand new Ducati or BMW or so on and so forth, they will actually you buy the bike, it comes with a warranty lah. So this warranty depends on the dealership how many years they will actually give you. In my case, Ducati actually offered me 2 years of agent warranty, and additional 1 more year if I have full service records with Ducati. People don't see this warranty as an important thing until the bike breaks down. That's the catch. So people think, the bike in the dealership expensive. Ducati can go up to 70,000 to 80,000, 100 above also can. So expensive. I'm not willing to spend that amount. I want to go for a second-hand Ducati, and then I'm paying much less, and I don't have to. I can still ride a Ducati at a cheaper price. But you don't see. Now the problem comes when you are buying a second-hand Ducati. You don't know what happened to the bike previously. Whether or not the owner have already dah jahanamkan tu motor ke apa, aku tak tahu lah. Then after that, when you rode the bike for like a while, then it starts to break down. Gini lah. Then you come with that mindset. Oh, Ducati motor sakit. That's the problem. Okay, so warranty is gold. If you ask me, I rather pay that a little bit amount for a brand new Ducati and then don't have to worry about the bike breaking down. But so far the bike has been amazing. It has never break down on me. But then if there happens to be any thing that happens, I can just actually call the agent. I will tow it back, and then everything will be checked and changed. If there's anything, be changed for free. For free. That's important. Yes. So after 3 years, then that's when if anything happens, that's when you have to figure out on how to this one lah. But so far this bike has been amazing. Ducati have been doing a great job in ensuring their bikes are actually very reliable these few years.
Okay. Well, that's very assuring for me.
Usually we hear from other people but not from the Ducati owners themselves.
Yes.
So I think hopefully this is
because my friend, she said she had a friend who was riding a Multistrada and also had a lot of problems with that bike. So I believe that Multistrada is the older model lah.
Yeah, it must be the older model. The older models are very notorious. They are well known for their breakdowns and all lah. It's normal lah. The older one you ride older model, you sure ask your breakdown. Sure ada lah.
So hopefully this dispels all the rumors lah.
Yes. Okay. I'm not the guru. This is just my personal opinion. Don't you come and then you tell me what the boy buih banyak. No. This is just my personal opinion. Okay. If you feel that you need a better option or better opinion, you can actually go down to the Ducati dealership and get the professionals to actually explain to you regarding the bike specs and how reliable Ducati is. Okay?
See.
Don't come here. I'm just sharing my personal opinion.
Ducati has always been known to be associated with the color red. Kawasaki with green. So how come?
Okay, Ducati, it has never changed. It has never changed. Ducati has always been associated with red. Okay, if you see all of their prime models, right, it has always been released in red. The new V4S is in red. They do have other colors, but it came subsequently after a few months or a few years. So, but their first release model will always be a red. So they had the Multistrada in red. They had the V4 Panigale in red, the Street Fighter in red, the Diver also. The Diver was different. The Diver came in a black, but then it came out in red. Yeah, so all of their top end models are always in red, and then they have another option for people who wants to buy it at a different color at a different price. By the way, if you're getting like a Panigale, a red one, but if you're getting like the one with a special color livery, it comes at the price from 1k up to 5k just for the colors. Just for the colors.
So this one is originally like this?
Okay, so for the 1260, the desert sand color is a little bit pricier than the red one.
Okay.
It's around $1,000 to $2,000. If I can clearly recall, it's around $1,000 to $2,000 more than the red one. So they actually had it in red also. And also the desert sand color, and it's not just a color; it's texture as well.
It's texture.
Yeah, it's not just color; it's texture.
You have to look at the quality of the bike.
Yeah.
The power, the quality is very
Power ke depan.
top. Even the badging is also
No.
it's besi,
The badging the badging is correct.
the badging is metal.
Bukan Ducati Singapura punya.
It's not a sticker.
So this camouflage is what? Is it?
So the original bike, if you go and Google up 1260 Enduro desert sand color, it doesn't come with the camo decal lah. It comes as a silver decal, and the box that you see here, the top box also comes as a silver metallic box. So what I wanted to do, my plan for the bike was to actually black it out. I ensure I black out all the silver parts lah. So I actually got 219 to actually help me wrap. Thank you Eva Gorgeous to help me actually wrap the side fairings and also the top box. The basic accessory for any touring bike will be the touring pack, right? So I actually opted for the touring pack, except minus the panniers. So which means the touring pack comes with the top box, comes with the Touratech crash bars, which I wrapped it up here. You should see the Touratech nose covers. I don't know what it's called, and also the radiator covers, and also the chain. We have the chain guard, and also that's all you get for a Touratech pack, which costs you additional $5,000.
Wow. Okay.
The top box itself, make a guess. How much is the top box? Touratech top box endorsed by Ducati.
300.
300?
Oh, sialah, murah lah satu. That one is so cheap.
Tracks besar.
I think about 6, 7. Ada?
This is 1,008.
Wah.
So you were saying the touring pack, right? So that's all for the touring pack. And then subsequently you have other accessories. One of those is the full system exhaust that you can purchase off the dealership. I think more or less that's it lah. Oh yes, the additional height for the windscreen lah, the touring windscreen lah. What you see here is a stock, and it's actually it's meant to be clear lah. No, I went to spray. I wanted to black out. It's on self own
You want to black out everything lah.
Yes. So the one you see on this bike is actually not the stock lah. I have my mirrors changed. I'm not using the stock mirrors. I'm using these Moto Gadget mirrors.
How tall are you actually?
I'm guessing a 1.7.
This bike is like too tall for you.
Is it?
No, okay, it looks tall because it's on a main stand.
Okay.
So when it actually gets down from the main stand, it's actually quite.
Do you have to tiptoe?
I tiptoe just a little bit. I tiptoe,
I see,
yeah,
I see.
because from the previous models, right, the 1200 Enduro, they were actually much higher. For the 1260, actually, they actually did listen to the customers' complaint regarding the bike being too high. So they did offer a much lower seat for the customers lah. And there's even a lower seat for this. This is like standard.
Okay.
There's even a lower seat for those who are actually keen to get it.
Is it heavy for you? If you were
Honestly, it is heavy. 30-liter tank, full tank. Heavy bro, heavy. Especially I go back from Sheng Siong, I buy all the barang-barang. Walao bro, heavy. From side stand to main stand, I want to shit. But then after you ride the bike, right? Wow, the bike like effortless, nimble. Like
you know how many? You know what's the weight of this thing? 325 katis, you know. $225 kilograms.
But I have to say that the seat sedap sah. It's comfortable lah.
okay lah, it's meant to cater to the tourists who are actually riding long distance in Europe and all lah. Actually, this is more designed for the Europe road lah. It actually comes with heated grips and all actually.
Okay, so Azizu, I think you talk
Too much.
There's so much that you have.
too much, not talk too much lah.
It's passion.
So much
Burning
information.
passion.
You know, there's so much information for us. We don't even have to ask you question. You know, all the question that we want to ask you, all answered.
I pray lady out.
Power.
He's the next Joel lah.
So anyway, bro, what is the best memories that you have so far with this bike?
What is the best memory? Wow, falling off the bike.
Fall off a $60,000 bike.
Yes, bro, that's the best memory. I fell off with my wife some more. It was a stationary fall lah. That was a stationary fall. That was a stupid fall because that time, and it was just 1 week old. Okay, it was 1 week old.
Oh, sakit so jantung.
That one because I was still getting used to the weight and all right. So we went to Desaru lah. So on the way there, we actually stopped by Petron to isi minyak. Then after that, I can't recall, was it Pago? Then after that, the hill there was actually very steep lah. So I didn't stop at the flat ground. Instead, I stopped at the slope lah. At the incline slope. So when I put both my legs down, my right foot couldn't touch the ground. The other bikes had to top up petrol at the Petron, right? Because I didn't have to because I had a 30-liter tank, right? So I had to top up already. So I just put my legs down. I lost balance and the bike just fell to the side, and you have so much weight on it with the bag and all, right? And the bike just topples off. And it just bang, and I just let go of the bike. It was 1 week old. That was the best memory I had of the bike. Yeah, but then thankfully it was only a small scratch lah. It was only a small scratch.
Oh, I see.
Not too bad there's so much information that you have already shared with us. You know, hopefully this information will be very useful for new riders who wants to intend to get a Multistrada for your next bike.
And hopefully the perception of Ducati bikes being motorcycle would change.
Yes.
It will, of course. Please, if you never tried a Ducati, you should give it a try.
Oh my god, you see how passionate he is?
Yes.
Really, man. I've never seen a guy so passionate of a brand before.
I think maybe they have been riding one Kati. That's why.
Ducati? Dua Kati.
See what I got to deal with, guys. My personal opinion, I would love to get this seriously. It's so nice. The design is so beautiful, and you can really see its rugged nature, you know.
True.
And the seat, I love the seat, guys. But price,
you must have deep pockets as well
deep pockets as well lah.
That one is honestly something that people have to consider lah.
Yeah, that's
BMWs, Ducatis. But Ducati tops the food chain lah. In terms of price. I'm not saying in terms of performance. I don't want to. In terms of price, they are the most expensive bike brand you can get in Singapore. It's very expensive. Yeah. So if you wish to actually get one, save up some money, do some investment, do your research, and do yourself a favor and get a Ducati. You will love it.
I see promoting already. Okay lah, guys. So thank you, Aziz.
Thank you so much.
Coming out and reviewing your Ducati Multistrada Enduro 1260 with us. Yeah, so any riders want to review their bike with us, you can touch us on our social media pages below.
Okay, Ducati riders out there, if you have anything else to comment or any experience to share, just put in the comment section below. If you like this video, like and share with your riding kakis, and don't forget to subscribe.
And yeah, we will see you in the next one.